My wife insisted we end physical intimacy to reclaim herself. Then I exposed the toxic online cult manipulating her. So I made one daring move that turned everything upside down. The gun pressed cold against my temple, the Chicago rain hammering my ambulance like a war drum. "Drive, or you're done," the kid snarled, his eyes wild, probably high on something nasty. I floored it, tires screeching, heart pounding like a jackhammer. The ambulance fishtailed, clipped a curb, and crashed into a ditch, my arms screaming as it twisted against the wheel. I scrambled out, dodging his sloppy swing, and ran until my lungs burned. Shaking, I made it home at 2 a.m., expecting Emily's warm embrace. Instead, she stood in our living room, arms crossed, her green eyes ice cold. "Jake, we need to talk," she said, voice flat. "I want a partner. Free marriage." My world didn't just crack, it shattered. What the hell had happened to my wife? This wasn't some random Tuesday fight. This was Chicago, July 2025. The city chewing us up while we tried to hold on to the American dream. Emily Carter, 31, my wife of 7 years, was my rock. Smart, gorgeous, the kind of woman who could charm a room or cut you with a glance. We met at a University of Illinois fundraiser. Me, a broke paramedic student, her, a social work major with big plans to fix the world. Back then, we were unstoppable. Late-night pizza runs, dancing in dive bars, making love like the world was ending. Now, we were just another couple drowning in bills, work, and the grind of urban life. Our Rogers Park apartment, a cozy 2-bedroom we'd scraped to afford, used to be our sanctuary. Now, it felt like a war zone. I'm Jake Thompson, 34, a Chicago paramedic who's seen it all. Gunshots, overdoses, heart attacks. I grew up in Cicero, a working-class kid with parents who fought but stuck it out. I'm not perfect. I snap when I'm stressed. Forget birthdays. And yeah, I leave dishes in the sink. But I'm loyal, I show up, and I thought Emily and I had something real. She was my partner, my lover, my best friend. Until she wasn't. The other players in this mess? Leela Morgan, a slick online influencer running the Feminine Rising Network, a cult dressed up as empowerment. And Nate, my supposed best friend, a firefighter who'd always had my back. Or so I thought. That night, Emily's words hit like a sucker punch. "Partner-free marriage?" I laughed, half expecting her to crack a smile. She didn't. "I'm serious, Jake. I've been thinking, reading, really, about how relationships hold women back. We need to focus on ourselves, not this." She waved her hand at me like I was some old furniture she was done with. My stomach churned. This wasn't Emily, the woman who'd once tackled me onto our couch, giggling, demanding a rematch at Mario Kart. "Where's this coming from?" I asked, voice shaking. She sighed like I was a kid who didn't get it. "Online communities. Women who get it. They're helping me see how I've been conditioned." "Conditioned?" I wanted to scream. Instead, I sat there, dumbstruck, as she rambled about male entitlement and emotional labor, words she'd never used in 9 years together. I thought of our life, mornings sharing coffee, weekends fixing up the apartment, Friday date nights at Lou Malnati's. Sure, the spark had faded some. My 60-hour shifts and her corporate grind didn't help, but we were solid, or so I'd thought. "You're saying I'm the problem?" I asked, my voice low, dangerous. Her eyes hardened. "I'm saying I need space to find myself, without expectations. Expectations, like love, like intimacy, like the vows we made." The next few weeks were a slow-motion train wreck. Emily changed overnight. She traded her jeans and hoodies for sharp blazers and a pixie cut that made her look like a stranger. She was glued to her phone, earbuds in, watching X videos from Leela Morgan's Feminine Rising Network. I'd catch snippets. "Your worth isn't tied to a man's desires." She'd pause them when I walked by like I was the enemy. Our routine, cooking tacos, binging Stranger Things, vanished. She sat ramrod straight in a chair, not our couch, typing furiously. If I asked about her day, I got a shrug or a cold fine. Touching her, a hand on her shoulder, A kiss on the cheek made her flinch. My wife was gone, replaced by this robot? Work wasn't much better. A week after Emily's bombshell, I responded to a call in Inglewood. A patient's brother, strung out on meth, lunged at me, slamming my head against a wall. I blacked out for a second, waking up with a concussion and ringing ears. The hospital bill was $4,000, 0 cents. Money we didn't have. I dragged myself home, hoping for a shred of comfort. Emily barely looked up from her phone. "You okay?" she mumbled, not meeting my eyes. "Yeah, just a concussion," I said, biting back anger. She nodded, went back to typing. That night I lay in bed, inches from her, feeling like a stranger in my own life. The real gut punch came when Emily shoved her phone in my face one night. "Read this," she demanded, showing an ex-post from Lila Morgan. It was a rant. Marriage is a patriarchal trap. Women, reclaim your power. Say no to male demands. The comments were a chorus of "Yas, Queen," and "Dump the patriarchy." I stared at her. "You believe this crap?" Her eyes blazed. "It's not crap, Jake. It's truth. You wouldn't get it. Your male privilege blinds you." Male privilege? I'd spent my life saving people, scraping by, supporting her dreams. Now I was the bad guy? "This is our marriage, Em," I said, voice cracking. "Not some #war." She smirked. "Maybe it shouldn't be." I started noticing things. Her phone was locked, passcode changed. We used to share everything. Passwords, dreams, dumb memes. Now she angled her screen away, jumped at every notification. Late at night I'd hear her whispering on calls, laughing in a way she hadn't with me in months. Was she cheating? The thought made me sick, but it fit. The distance, the secrecy, the new look. One night, I pretended to sleep. She grabbed her phone, smiling at a text, typing back fast. My chest tightened. Who was making her smile when I couldn't? Desperate, I crossed a line. While she showered, I tried her laptop. She hadn't logged out. Her email was a gold mine and a nightmare. Dozens of messages from Lila Morgan, each one twisting the knife. "Emily, you're awakening. Don't let Jake's manipulation hold you back." Another, "Your body is yours. Guilt is just patriarchal conditioning." The worst? He's controlling you by expecting intimacy. Break free. I scrolled, rage building. Lila, this stranger, was tearing us apart, painting me as a monster. Then I saw the receipts. $8,000, 0 cents from our joint account, sent to Feminine Rising for transformation packages. $8,000. We were behind on rent, and she was funding a cult. There was more, a PDF called the Freedom Manifesto. It was a playbook. Step 1, reject male validation. Step 2, set physical boundaries. Hello, partner-free marriage. Step 6, change your appearance to own your power. It was like reading Emily's diary, her new look, her coldness, her buzzwords, all scripted by Lila. I snapped photos of the emails, the receipts, the manifesto. I needed proof. But proof of what? That my wife was brainwashed? That our marriage was dead? I dug into Feminine Rising. Their website was slick, empowerment quotes, testimonials from liberated women, and Lila's bio as a feminist awakener who ditched her husband. Memberships ranged from $99, 0 cents/month to $999, 0 cents for private coaching. A donate button begged for more. It screamed scam, preying on women like Emily, burned out, searching for meaning. I found X threads warning about similar groups. Cults posing as empowerment, isolating members, draining bank accounts. My blood ran cold. This wasn't just about us. Emily was in deep. The breaking point came after dinner one night. I'd cooked spaghetti, her favorite, but she barely ate, checking her phone every minute. "Gotta go," she said, standing. "Important session." I snapped, "Yeah, with your new BFF Lila, right?" "While I clean up." "Again," she froze. "What did you say?" I met her gaze. "Lila, the one turning you against me. I saw the emails, Em, the $8,000, 0 cents you stole from us." Her face went white, then red. "You hacked my email? How dare you? How dare I?" I shouted. "You're spilling our life to a stranger who says I'm abusing you. You're bankrupting us for a cult." The fight was brutal. She called me toxic, controlling, a poster boy for the patriarchy. I called her brainwashed, selfish, a stranger. "Are you screwing Lila?" I spat, hating myself for it. Her eyes widened. "That's what you think of me?" God, Jake, you're pathetic. "Then explain it," I roared. "The texts, the calls, the money, who are you anymore?" She stormed to her office, slammed the door. I heard her voice, low, talking to someone. Lila, no doubt. I sat in the kitchen, staring at the uneaten spaghetti, wondering how we'd fallen so far. Days passed in silence. Then the real terror started. I got a text from an unknown number, a photo of me asleep in our bed, taken from above. The message read, "Back off, or you're next." My heart stopped. Someone had been in our apartment. I checked the locks, untouched. I told Emily, but she brushed it off. "You're paranoid. It's probably a prank." Paranoid? I was a paramedic. I knew threats. I installed a security camera, started sleeping with a baseball bat. Work was hell. My hearing loss made calls harder, and the disciplinary board was sniffing around after Emily's ex post went viral. My husband's toxic masculinity is suffocating me. Strangers called me a pig, a chauvinist. My boss warned me. One more strike, and I was out. Then Nate, my best friend, dropped a bomb. We were grabbing beers at a dive bar when he looked guilty. "Jake, I gotta tell you something. I've been talking to Emily. I think she's right about some stuff." My jaw dropped. "You're buying her cult crap? You're my brother, man," he shrugged. "She's not wrong about male privilege. Maybe you're too close to see it." He'd been feeding Lila my plans, my lawyer, my new apartment, betrayed by my own friend. I walked out, head spinning. I couldn't stay. I met a divorce lawyer in a Loop coffee shop, a sharp woman who laid it out. Protect yourself, fast. I opened a new bank account, transferred my savings, rerouted my paycheck. I called my buddy Ryan, a realtor, who found me a gritty loft in Pilsen. Cheap, urban, mine. I secured my documents, passport, birth certificate, paramedic license. I canceled shared accounts, Netflix, insurance, ComEd. On a Friday, while Emily was at a conference, I packed my life. Clothes, Xbox, my dad's old watch. I left the furniture, the dishes, the memories. On the kitchen counter, I placed an envelope. Inside, a note. "Emily, you wanted a partner-free marriage. Here's a husband-free life. I'm gone. The rent's paid for a month. My lawyer will call. Enjoy your freedom. Jake." I added printouts. Lila's emails, the $8,000, 0 cents receipts, the manifesto. She'd know why. As I loaded my truck, the danger hit. A hooded figure lunged from the alley, knife glinting. I dodged, but the blade grazed my side, blood soaking my shirt. I swung my toolbox, caught his arm and ran. I drove to Pilsen, stitched myself up with my medic kit, and collapsed. The next morning I checked my camera footage. The intruder wore a feminine rising pin. Lila's people. This was war. My new life was raw but free. I set up my lock-bare walls, a mattress, my gaming setup. I joined a boxing gym, the kind where you smell sweat and regret. I played pickup basketball, reconnected with old friends Emily had called toxic. I slept in, ate what I wanted, lived on my terms. But the threats didn't stop. My truck's brakes failed on I-90, sending me skidding into a guardrail. The mechanic found cut lines. Sabotage. A cop friend traced it to a guy in Emily's women's group, but no proof. I was on edge, checking over my shoulder, sleeping with my bat. Emily's reaction was a tsunami. Texts flooded in. "Jake, where are you? We need to talk." Then voicemails, her voice breaking. "This is a mistake. Please come home." She showed up at my station, but I'd told security to block her. On X, she posted, "I was wrong. I miss my husband. Too late." Then Lila called, her voice like silk over steel. "Jake, Emily's devastated. Let's talk." I laughed. "How much did she pay you, Lila?" "10 grand. Stay away or I'm calling the cop." I hung up, but her words chilled me. "You don't know who you're messing with." The disciplinary hearing was a circus. Emily's lawyer played recordings of me yelling during our fights, clips I didn't know existed. "Mr. Thompson exhibits abusive tendencies," they said. My union rep fought back, but the board suspended me pending review. No job, no income, and medical bills piling up. I crashed a Feminine Rising rally downtown, live-streaming Lila's scam to X. "She's a fraud!" I shouted, holding up the manifesto. The crowd turned on me. Boos, shoves, a fist to my jaw. Cops cuffed me for disturbing the peace. As I sat in lockup, I wondered, was I the crazy one? Weeks later, Emily showed up at my station. She looked like hell, unwashed hair, no makeup, wearing my old Cubs hoodie. "Jake, I screwed up," she whispered, eyes red. "Lila's a con. I gave her $10,000, 0 cents. I'm so sorry." She was in therapy, real therapy, untangling Lila's lies. The partner-free thing, it was her. She made me think you were the enemy. I leaned back, arms crossed. You believed her over me. 9 years, Em, she sobbed. I sold my car, paid back the money. I'm helping other women see the truth. Please, give me a chance. I didn't budge. I'm happy now. Free. You broke us. Her tears didn't sway me, but her next move did. She handed me a USB drive. Emails, bank records, proof Lila's network was tied to a bigger scam, maybe even organized crime. Emily had reported her to the feds, started a support group for victims. X was buzzing with Feminine Rising, exposed. Lila vanished, her site down, but a cryptic email hit my inbox. "You'll pay, Jake, we're not done." Ender, just a logo, a rising flame. We met for coffee at a Wicker Park diner. Emily looked like herself again. Jeans, ponytail, no cult vibe. "I'm not asking for marriage," she said, voice soft. "Just a chance to talk, to rebuild something." I stirred my coffee, torn. Part of me loved her, the old Emily, the one who'd laughed at my dumb jokes, but I'd found myself stronger, sharper, free. And that email, was Lila watching? Was Emily safe? I didn't know what came next, but one thing was clear. I was calling the shots now. Whatever happened, love, war, or revenge, it'd be on my terms.